There's something in the pocket. The blood is fresh. Whomever it belongs to could not have got far. One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate. One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate. Mr. Throgmorton, I've encountered something,
What? I don't have all day.
some unusual...
You've seen a wild beast, Mr. Reed. I'm somewhat surprised to see you. I've commissioned a few studies on them, but we know little more than when we started. They're aggressive, but...
Yeah, I learned that firsthand.
Try to avoid them when possible.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm afraid I...
Oh, no.
Yeah, I found your son in the basement of a nearby warehouse. I'm sorry.
No. It cannot be true. No, no, no. I don't believe it. No.
My condolences, Mr. Throgmorton.
Your condolences will not bring him back. So much of our bloods. Tell me you know who did it. I want to look him in the eyes. Make...
I don't know exactly. I have some
What kind of private eye are you?
A thorough one. When I find him, I'll tell you.
Fine. No one leaves the port until then. Fine.
Oh, yeah. Hey, got a spare bullet, fella? I ain't eaten in days. Oh, yeah. Hey, got a spare bullet, fella? I ain't eaten
You
in
look
days.
familiar, but old Billy hasn't seen you around.
Stay alert! Monsters lurk underground. They're
I'll miss the
everywhere.
Carpenter's food giveaway with this darn port closure.
Come.
You're some kind of...
Yes, my dear.
Really? Like what?
Not so fast, newcomer. I see many things. For a small fee, I'll tell you some of them.
All right, how much?
Your money. And I'll make it easy.
Let's hear what my future holds.
Good. Let me focus. The sea will be generous in the coming days. Many gifts delivered, and many will regret partaking.
I don't think I follow.
I see old and new. A hard heart against an iron will. Whoever wins, you win too. But you'll only see that from inside a metal cage. And tall pillars circled by the dead. A race from...
I think I'd like my bullet back.
It is what it is. The truth will out soon. Me,
Why do I feel like I got scammed?
embrace your fate.
Welcome to Under the Keel. What do you want?
I'm looking for a man by the name of...
Yeah, even if I knew.
As it happens, I know you owe a debt to Mr. Flint, so it seems Lewis is in trouble.
Rock. That would explain the blow.
So,
He's upstairs.
smart man. I've seen some...
So they arrived in the flood.
Eh?
If it bleeds, you can kill it. Remember.
Bye.
What the? Get the... Oh.
Who are you? What are you doing?
Charles Reed, private investigator. Mr. Throg...
Ugh. That darn bartender.
Calm down. I only want to speak, for now.
I got nothing to hide.
You shot to kill. No warning, no second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
I can't remember it. When he woke, and me covered in blood, I had no idea what happened, though.
Start at the...
We were in our house, me, Paul, and if he'd listened to me, we'd all...
Come on, Lewis. Focus.
Right. Well, Barry dragged that damn ape to our house. He was bragging about how much that ape, he was out cold. Then woke in an instant and started screaming, attacking us. After that, can't remember.
The things you did to Albert don't look like a... One might start to wonder if it was deliberate.
Well, I don't know what to say. I wasn't myself.
I hear there's a bit of a feud between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons.
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont. Our home was destroyed. The Blackwood Grand family sheltered us, but others were not as hospitable. We needed jobs, food, and...
And so?
We had to fight for every crumb of bread. And those Throgmortons in their high castle only always conspiring behind our backs. Always setting people against us.
What kind of...
Oh, so you're here to attack me just because I look different to you?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to ask. I've just never met someone like you before.
Innsmouther's bodies were blessed by the she. You're gonna see a lot of us here, so you better get over it. We are proud of who we are.
You mentioned a grand family. What do you mean?
So you're a newcomer, huh?
Yeah, a newcomer with a gun.
Okay. People here, there's the Carpenters who control most of the city's underworld, the Black...
And let me guess, the Throgmortons.
Right, those filthy apes. Now that most of the...
I think I've got all I need.
Please, Mr. Reed, don't tell Throg. Have mercy, please. I have a family.
This is not exactly cut and dry. I need some time to think.
Perhaps I can offer something to grease your grinds. I still have a few bullets on me.
You think you're the first person to offer me a bribe?
Please, Mr. Reed.
Now, don't try my patience further, Mr. Flynn. I tracked the murderer down, but he was attacked by those things prowling. There was that Innsmouther fisherman, Lewis. He was covered in your son's blood.
Are you certain the body is his?
Beyond any doubt. All that's left of him is a heap of flesh and this scrap of cloth.
Alas, this was my revenge to exact, not some wild beast. Still, justice has been served.
Mr. Throgmorton, I hate to press you.
Yes, you've earned it. Gay to think anew, but I digress. Remind me, what brought you to Oakmont?
I think I'm going mad, Mr. Throgmorton. I was drawn here, or guided, or I don't know. But I
You're not wrong, Mr. Reed. An inexplicable hysteria. I funded an expedition to explore recent...
A geological expedition.
I have reason to believe the flood and this...
You mentioned the flood. You think it's more than just a natural disaster. Do these cases of hysteria involve shared
Since the flood, many Oakmonters have...
Waterlogged ruins with unnatural architecture. A sleeping giant drowns...
Her words exactly. She proposed the expedition, desperately wanting to find the cause.
Has your expedition found anything?
I do not know. Albert is...
You think your son was killed because the expedition uncovered something?
Is it so hard to believe? I had no news for a...
It does sound suspicious.
Mr. Reed, I want you to find out...
If I'm going to look into this...
I'll give you the address of the expedition's headquarters, and a...
That's all you can tell me?
Let me be clear.
I'm sorry, Mr. Throgmorton. I just meant the more I know, the better.
I am a busy man. I found... When you've finished, come see me at the Throgmorton family manor. It's in Old Grove. Here, I'll show you.
What about my expenses?
They will be reimbursed after you complete your task. And of course, you've earned some compensation for your work here at the port. I'll also include a fair advance in bullets.
Bullets?
The dollar lost its use here, Mr. Reed. After the flood, Oakmont returned to bottom.